the echo answered. Who are you? Asked the little prince. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? The echo answered. Let's be friends. I'm lonely, he said. I'm lonely, I'm lonely, I'm lonely, the echo answered. What a peculiar planet, he thought. It's all dry and sharp and hard, and people here have no imagination. They repeat whatever you say to them. Where I live, I had a flower. She always spoke first. But it so happened that the little prince, having walked a long time through sand and rocks and snow, finally discovered a road. And all roads go to where there are people. Good morning, he said. It was a blossoming rose garden. Good morning, said the roses. The little prince gazed at them. All of them looked like his flower. Wow, he was in awe. Ah, he said. But he felt very unhappy. His flower had told him she was the only one of her kind in the whole universe. And here were 5,000 of them, all just alike, in just one garden. There he is when he was at the mountain peak, just a little while ago. And there he is, amazed at so many lookalikes of his special flower. She would be very annoyed if she knew, he said to himself. If she saw this, she would cough terribly and pretend to be dying to avoid being laughed at. And I'd have to pretend to be nursing her. Otherwise, she'd really let herself die in order to humiliate me. And then he said to himself, I thought I was rich because I had just one flower. And all I own is an ordinary rose. That and my 3 volcanoes, which came up to my knee, one of which may be permanently extinct, it doesn't make me much of a prince. And he lay down in the grass and wept. In utter disappointment and disillusionment. It was then that the fox appeared. Good morning, said the fox. And he saw the fox. And there's the fox. Good morning, the little prince answered politely, though when he turned around, he saw nothing. I'm here, the voice said, under the apple tree. Who are you? The little prince asked. You're very pretty. I'm a fox, the fox said. Come and play with me, the little prince proposed. I'm feeling so sad. I can't play with you, the fox said. I'm not tamed. Ah, excuse me, said the little prince. But upon reflection he added, What does tamed mean? You're not from around here, the fox said. What are you looking for? I'm looking for people, said the little prince. What does tamed mean? People, said the fox, have guns and they hunt. It's quite troublesome. And they also raise chickens. That's the only interesting thing about them. Are you looking for chickens? No, said the little prince. I'm looking for friends. What does tamed mean? It's something that's been too often neglected. It means to create ties. To create ties. That's right, the fox said. For me, you're only a little boy, just like 100,000 other little boys, and I have no need for you. And you have no need for me either. For you, I'm only a fox, like 100,000 other foxes. But if you tame me, we'll need each other. You'll be the only boy in the world for me. I'll be the only fox in the world for you. I'm beginning to understand, said the little prince. The fox seemed quite intrigued. On another planet? Oh, sorry. Rewind. I'm beginning to understand, said the little prince. There's a flower. I think she's tamed me. Possibly, the fox said. On Earth, one sees all kinds of things. Oh, this isn't on Earth, said the little prince. The fox seemed quite intrigued. On another planet? Yes. Are there hunters on that planet? No. Now that's interesting. And chickens? No. Nothing's perfect, sighed the fox. But he returned to his idea. My life is monotonous. I hunt chickens. People hunt me. All chickens are just alike, and all men are just alike. So, I'm rather bored. But if you tame me, my life will be filled with sunshine. I'll know the sound of footsteps that will be different from all the rest. Other footsteps send me back underground. Yours will call me out of my burrow like music. And then, look, you see that wheat fields over there? The wheat fields over there. I don't eat bread. For me, wheat is of no use whatsoever. Wheat fields say nothing to me, which is sad. But you have the color of gold, the hair color of gold. So it will be wonderful once you've tamed me. The wheat, which is golden, will remind me of you. And I'll love the sound of the wind in the wheat. So poetic. The fox fell silent and stared at the little prince for a long while. Please, tame me, he said. I'd like to, the little prince replied, but I haven't much time. I have friends to find and so many things to learn. The only things you learn are the things you tame, said the fox. People haven't time to learn anything. They buy things ready-made in stores. But since there are no stores where you can buy friends, people no longer have friends. If you want a friend, tame me. What do I have to do? Asked the little prince. To tame you? Well, said the fox, you have to be very patient. First, you'll sit down a little ways away from me. Over there in the grass. I'll watch you out of the corner of my eye. And you won't say anything. Language is the source of all misunderstandings. But day by day, you'll be able to sit a little closer. The next day, the little prince returned. It would have been better to return at the same time, the fox said. For instance, if you come at 4 in the afternoon, I'll begin to be happy by 3. The closer it gets to 4, the happier I'll feel. By 4, I'll be all excited and worried. I'll discover what it costs to be happy. But if you come at any old time, I'll never know when I should prepare my heart. There must be rights. What's a right? Asked the little prince. That's another thing that's been too often neglected, said the fox. It's the fact that one day is different from the other days, 1 hour from the other hours. My hunters, for example, have a right. They dance with the village girls on Thursdays, so Thursdays is a wonderful day. I can take a stroll on the way to the vineyards. If the hunters danced whenever they chose, the days would all be alike, and I'd have no holiday at all. And that was how the little prince tamed the fox. And when the time to leave was near, the fox said, I shall